Hey everybody, and welcome to another RCT2 review. Today we're looking at Eldritch Gardens by CactusCoffee. This was the winner of the RCT Club Halloween contest last year, and it just won the design award on New Element. And it's a pretty cool map, too. I think zooming out is probably the best way to start here, and seeing how super cool this water is, and just texturing underneath of it really makes the whole thing stand out and makes it pretty interesting. I love the way that this sort of the only kind of brightness on the map, and it really brings that whole sort of spooky, creepy vibe together. Now here you have the monster attacking as he is, so nice little timed trick there coming out of this castle of sorts. So here we can see the little tentacle creature thing here, Aurat's embrace. As you can see it reaching out of the different windows and doors and everything, which I think is a pretty cool effect. It looks really neat. And then we have the custom scenery, kind of lightning bolts and stuff up here. But why don't we take a look at the coaster, of which there's two of them. But the Crawling Chaos is easily the biggest one, which has this great drop out of the station into a corkscrew right away, launch over top of the river, and then kind of a nice sprawling layout. I do kind of like the two-tone track. I think that helps in this instance with that sort of greenish, ghoulish glow, maybe. It looks pretty nice. Have our first reversing switch here, and we're going to reverse through this couple of sections with an airtime hill here. And I really like this one as well, this kind of cruise right beside the docks here with that twisted spike, and then a launch through the cathedral type building here. Fast roll. And then some interaction here with the wooden coaster train, which is kind of nice as it comes back up into the station. And turning around here, we get to see this pretty cool sacrifice going on down here. I love the little auras here sort of pulsing upwards, I suppose. And the lightning coming down, it makes for a pretty neat effect through the whole thing. The landscape is kind of interesting. It's a little different colors than we typically see, but again, that's that palette. Almost a little more teal than everything else, but it kind of works really well actually through the whole thing. Over on the side here, we got a nice lighthouse, pretty good theming for all of that, and then we have our dilapidated village here with the different colored roof pieces and kind of this crumbling bits and pieces throughout the space. I really like how the switch track on both sides are hidden, so it makes it look a little more smooth through the whole thing. There's a staff or guy getting hung, which is kind of fun, and well, not for him. And then the ritual here, carousel underneath this pretty nice canopy as well. I think along the river here maybe, and the lake, I guess, might be my favorite part of this whole map. So we've got this river ride that kind of wraps around the lake itself. A couple really nice boats, including one that's got a swinging ship with it, so or as used as a ride, I suppose. Really like this boat launch here with the mine train track kind of going down into it, and pretty neat here too to have this sort of collapsing pier around it. Certainly sends those sort of dilapidated, creepy vibes to it. This is a nice building just in general. I do like the peek inside here with the boxes and some of the cobwebs and things like that. And then all the different traps, like crab traps or whatever, kind of stacked throughout. Those are pretty nicely done and pretty easily readable too. So we've got a number of things kind of under the water here. We've got the fish swimming around. We've got this ship out here that's definitely had a good catch, it looks like. And then down here in the middle we have just it, which is ominous and creepy and pretty interesting. We also got a sunken boat on this side, and it's just such a nice look with the way that the ground textures are done. It really works great in this instance, I think. And if we pick up this pathway again, we can follow it along and get over to this kind of nice mansion on this side, which is kind of fun. This is Dr. Klink's home for the unhinged. Just kind of a fun fun idea, especially in our Halloween theme. So a little wooden coaster, not a whole lot to it. So this is Delirium. Nice out and back wooden coaster, but I appreciate that it's a little bit more than your typical out and back. So you got a couple crossovers, things like that. Kind of reminds me of some of the smaller silent gravity group coasters that we're seeing these days from them. I do like how this return run sort of winds its way in as this nice little pop over top of the first drop, and then wraps around into those brakes up here. We get our transfer track inside. Certainly a little bit of smoothing that could be done in some sections of both of the coasters, but honestly, I can't fault it too hard. I think they're pretty nicely put together. Love this little graveyard here, sort of overgrown and just sitting there nicely as you come into the brakes. Get a good view of it. Actually, let's spin back around. We've got some pretty creepy stuff going on inside the building here that you can kind of see a little peek inside of. The rock work and everything is pretty nice, so it's a nice blend of the fish rocks, I think, and the various different colors. This is kind of fun too in here, this little cave. So we see a little bit of indication here that something's going on, and then once we actually hide the thing, you can see the boats coming out here of Harbor Expedition. We've got flesh bit ribs and kind of all carrying through, so pretty creepy for the whole thing, and actually really nicely hidden in there. I think a lot of times it's pretty obvious where buried land tiles are, or fake land tiles kind of covering over a hole is, but in this instance it's hidden incredibly well, and it's not super obvious, so it pays for a little bit of exploration. So on the whole, this was a fun design and a well-deserved win, in my opinion, for Mr. Coffee, both in the front from RCT Club and also on New Element. So I'm hoping to see more, and especially this sort of vibe. I love the use of this palette and textures to really kind of paint the landscape here in such a way that really drives home the theme. It's rare that you see something so strongly done as this. But the link is down below if you'd like to download this for yourself to view it. It uses custom scenery, and I believe there's some Wacky World or Time Twisters scenery in here as well. So just be aware of it. But follow that link, download it, take a look, and let me know what you think as well. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye now.